Hey guys, back for round three. I apologize for the Top Cut Central logo being on my opponent's bench. I didn't realize that until when I was watching this past round. I've moved it a little bit, so I think it'll be okay. All apologies for that. Never meant for that to happen. Interesting thing about this match, but he did have the advantage coin on the opening page, so, which is rare. I probably very rarely have I seen that actually happen, so maybe this will be a little bit more interesting in the game. He opens with a Xerneas EX. So it looks like he might be playing the other type of fairy deck, which is basically playing actual fairy types. You know, our deck is playing Aromatisse and playing quote-unquote fairy energy, but is more just playing like a plasma big basics deck that happens to run a card that lets us move our energies around. Yep. And he's running a actual fairy deck with basic fairy energies and a lot of the fairy types. I assume there's a Slurpuff, I think that's called the card that lets you play, you're gonna have no, your fairy Pokemon, your Pokemon with fairy energy attached have no weakness. Um, I think that our deck is much, much better than his. I think that our deck has more options and doesn't lock into some kind of gimmick playing less than good Pokemon like this one in order just to play the type of energy and be a little bit more consistent. But I do think that this card is amazing. I think that if and when there is a big fairy deck that matters, this card is basically the Victini EX of the deck that has a relevant resistance and is not an EX, and it even has more HP. I think that this card is very, very good. I think it will have its place in the future. I'm going to go ahead and play the Sigilyph. I think I'm going to Ultra Ball away the Plasma in the Fairy Garden. We don't. He probably has Fairy Gardens, and we don't really want to give him access to it. We have a Darkrai in our deck, so I think we obviously have to grab the Spritzy, and then I think we're just going to go ahead and Juniper. I don't want an N. He only has 2 cards in hand, and we do hit, quote unquote, we do get the Prism for the Thundurus, and I think we're going to lay down the Eviltal, and then we go ahead and read Knuckle. The unfortunate thing here is that we're putting a Plasma on Genesect, and so we'll only have 1 colored energy on him next turn if we attach the Plasma to our hands. But we are big end, so let's see what happens. We do draw the colored energy, we draw a Muscle Band. He draws the Fairy Garden, and it looks like he's going to Geomancy. Geomancy is very, 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 very good, so can't fault him there. So he's going to do 140 if he has an energy next turn. So, do we care about that? I don't think so. I think what I'm going to do is Skyla for an Ultra Ball. I'll discard the Scrapper and the Prism, and then hit and put the Prism on the Genesect. Yeah, that seems good. Alternatively, I can Skyla for just a level ball, because I won't be attaching anyway. Or sorry, I won't be exactly accelerating energy, because I have to put an energy in the discard pile to do this. So maybe I don't want to do that. Interesting. Okay, I think we just want a level ball, actually. If it's available. Could be priced, okay. And we can fetch the Aromatisse, which is the only thing we really want at this point. Go ahead and evolve. And I think, can we punish him at all? No, not really. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and attach to the Genesect. And I think we just raid Knuckle. We don't accomplish much by doing that, but he also has to 140 us next turn with 4 energy, which can lead us to knocking out. I guess we can't knock him out, can we, with the Evil Tall? So let's see, he has 4 energy, that's 80. If we have 3, it's 140. No, we totally can if we drop Muscle Band, which would just be an insane blowout. And part of the reason why I think this Fairies deck isn't very good, just because it just, like, if we do a knock him out here, he'll have 1 energy on board. And of course, that 1 energy can Geomancy, which is why I think that this slow guy is the best card in the deck, but I still think we're pretty far ahead at that stage. Okay, so he plays it pretty smart and only just break through. She's 30 to us, and so we drew the prism, throw the prism on there, drop the Thunderous, banned the Evil Tall, I think that was actually wrong. Can I take that back? I should have banned the Thunderous. Regardless, I'm going to colorless for 8. And not drawing a whole lot that's too relevant right now. Perhaps I should have saved the Skylight last turn to get a G booster, although I guess that would have prevented me from getting the Aromatisse out in the first place. If only I had a laser, or a way to do 1 more damage. So, we can't afford to attack with the Sigilyph because this guy could knock him out, but I actually think that we can. Well, sorry, there's a lot of things going through my head right now. This match is actually more interesting than I thought. My main concern here is protecting our energy drops. So I think that what we might want to do is retreat to this Thunderous, move the energy from it to this guy, and then just raid Knuckle, soften that guy up. There's a good chance he has a max potion, but either way, if he wants to actually start dealing with our Pokemon, he's going to have to commit more energy, in which case we can kind of get him with the Evil Tall. So this also allows us to only put 2 energy on this Evil Tall if he leaves the sky or the sky active. The unfortunate thing about right now is that he does have a bunch of energy on board, so if we would have been a little bit more aggressive in the beginning, I think we could have cut him off of that, but as for now, he's not going to have any problems with that, so we are going to have to deal with these Aromatisse EXs being powered up for quite a while. And I think that we're Small percentages do matter. So that's 3-0. So we're going to be heading to our last couple matches. That was actually a better game than I thought. It was kind of a blowout. I think we maintained advantage most of the time, but the deck performed how it was supposed to. And I think that if you had not gone so aggressive with Mewtwo, it might have been a closer game. So see you around 4.